Okay, so for the final round for Heat 3, we have a choice: Bill Kafer versus Fernando. So that's Hitco versus ISB. Or no, Legend versus ISB. Chris Kelly
Gotcha.
versus Kyle Kruger. Hunt Down V versus Hitco. Or Robbie Hendon's Senate versus Baroni's Lightside.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Senate.
Yep. We're gonna watch that one.
Well, Senate versus Legend. Ugh, I gotta say, I'm sick of Legend.
So am I. But if you look at, I mean, literally, Hitco and Legend are the top three Lightside decks, and Robbie needs to win to get in. I believe.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because Robbie right now is 3-2, so yeah, he needs to win and get in. So right now, Chris Kelly's undefeated. Fernando, Baroni, Kyle Kruger, and Taco Bill are all locked in. Then we have Greg Shaw, Robbie, Kyle Kalin, Drew, uh, Rhett Engelking, Daniel Amar,
Old
and
Heisenberg.
Brett. Yeah, Heisenberg are all in play. So yeah, Chris Goglin, as he's done, he's 2-3. So yeah, actually, you know what? Before we get into this, I'll actually pull up the current standings. So come on, there we go. So as everybody can see, here are the current standings. So like I said, Chris Kelly is guaranteed in. Uh, Unfortunately, there's an error on the page. He's not actually 6-0. He's 5-0. So, but yeah, he's guaranteed in. Uh, that's the first table. I mean, one of our other choices would have been like Bill versus. It's Bill versus Fernando, Chris Kelly versus Kyle Kruger, and Robbie versus Steve. And like I said, if Robbie wins, he is in. So again, like I said, Chris Kelly, Fernando, Steve, Kyle Kruger, and Bill Kafer are all locked in for next week. Greg, Robbie, Kyle, Drew, Engel King, and Heisenberg all and Brett all have a little bit of work to do. So yeah, Drew and Rhett, whoever the winner of those are in. Greg versus Heisenberg, winner of those are in. Kyle Kalin versus Brett, the winner of those are in, and that's pretty much it. Everybody else is unfortunately finished for today. Okay, so just waiting on Robbie has posted his game, so we're gonna show off on Robbie. This is gonna be fun because it's funny. He was actually just talking crap, saying that I wouldn't stream him. Jokes on Robbie. Okay, so here we go. Legend versus Senate. Okay. So again, Robbie is playing a 12-card Senate start. Steve is again we know what Steve at this point is playing. So Robbie's starting off grabbing playing the short range fighters. Now, in an earlier match, we did see that Robbie is playing Vader in his custom tie, Baron Fell, DS61, and he's got the Slave 1 as well. So he's got a nice Starfleet or Starship package. So Steve playing Rebel Leadership, grabbing General Kenobi. And both players will grab the grabbers.
So Robbie plays Kashik. I think Steve's plan will be to kind of hunker down. I can't imagine that Robbie's playing any battleground sites, and Steve will want
No.
to just hunker down at the antechamber, and then pick his battles in space. I
Yeah.
expect him to do a lot of running away.
I don't like Robbie going out with Kashyyyk right there. I mean, I know it is a drain +1, but if he can just throw everything at Mustafar and make it so that Steve's space fleet has to go there and battle him on Robbie's terms.
Well, Steve can just play Jacker.
True.
There's always going to be 2 battleground systems. Steve's there's only going to be 1 battleground site. Steve will control it. He'll have Rose and BB-8. Ideally, Steve will flip on his terms so that he doesn't, he'll have like leadership and projection so that he just doesn't lose anything. Yeah. And then he'll be able to drone for 2, ping for 1, retrieve 1, while kind of running away in space.
Yeah.
I think Robbie, one of the things that he should try to do is once Steve has flipped, use, assuming he plays like EPP Maul, do like hit and runs, and then swing and hit like Rose and BB-8.
Yeah, and
take out those characters.
I agree 100%. Because I will say this though, Steve might not want to go down to the Senate. I know that Robbie is playing the Senate Guard. So any of the characters he throws down there are going to be forfeit 0.
Yeah, one of the stronger plays Steve could do is invade the Senate with Padme I don't know if he plays Padme. Also using General Kenobi with leadership out of Destiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I. Okay, so yeah, Steve gets out his act to his site and is just going to draw. He did get Ray with lightsaber out, uh, and he plays Rescue in the Clouds. Speaking of the top 3 cards, and it looks like he's just going to pass turn. So both players getting out their locations out pretty early. I mean, uh, Robbie getting the bridge out really quick is a good thing. Getting out Kashyyyk is a good thing too. So, and being that he can start Mustafar to get out the Vader's castle is really good. Uh, it is an open format. There are no real banned cards. The only real thing is there are some cards that are not on GEMP. So I want to say it's like what 60 or so, maybe. Missing card list. Well, Beggar is banned. Yeah.
It's about damn
7,
time.
12, 19, 30, 46, 60, 70, 76, 86, 88, 90, 91, 99, 100. Looks like there's 100 cards exactly that are missing right now. But granted, this was updated a while ago, so I don't know if it's been updated off the top of my head. Like Escape Pod is missing. Yeah. But I know that the Gum team is working on a bunch of cards. It's just time. Yeah, yeah. Tractor Beam is probably the biggest one. Princess Leia Organa from Jabba's Palace is banned, or is not banned, but is missing. Catherine Utani is also missing. The original Force Push is missing. Yeah, the virtual escape pod is really good. I'm not really sure about escape pod itself. Uh, Sabotage is missing, but that's the original one.
So Robbie adds Vader in ship and Boba Fett in ship to
Man,
Kashyyyk.
that's pretty strong. I mean, not only that, I mean, the Mustafar Drain over there is now only one for Steve. I got to refresh though, so refreshing I am. Currently, Chris Kelly is waiting on his opponent to show. It's again, I don't think that game in particular matters because Chris is undefeated, so he would only play somebody who's 4-1. Let me double check though.
You still want every win.
Yeah, you do. I don't know. Like, okay, if I'm 4-1, I really don't care. I'm just happy. I would be happy that I showed up. Like, okay, Chris Kelly is playing Kyle Kruger. Actually, doesn't sound like a bad. I mean, it's Hunt Down V versus Hitco. We're gonna see plenty of that next week. Heck, we're seeing plenty of that in Heat 4. At least Robbie, of all people, has the cojones to play Darkside Senate right now. So, props to Robbie.
So Luke comes down. It's interesting that he didn't come out earlier. I guess this is turn 2.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was turn 3.
I know. Believe me, I'm in the same situation.
I was like a couple of games I'm watching. The Patriots game is on.
Well, you can turn that off. They're crap.
They are awful. I mean, I can't wait until we get Cam Newton off this team.
It's not even Cam Newton's fault. I mean, half your team is missing because of COVID.
Yeah, well, Cam Newton he can't throw.
True. Oh my!
His release is so slow, and he's always off by like a couple feet.
Holy crap! So, the Raiders almost lost to the Jets today. The Raiders won 31-28. Yeah. However, Darren Waller, 200 yards, 13 receptions, 2 touchdowns today.
I should see how my fantasy team's going.
Yeah, I have mine. I have one of mine pulled up right now. It's the Star Wars CCG League, which is kind of funny. I'm playing Joker King. Chris Hall. So he has Ryan Tannehill, Michael Thomas, Adam Thielen, AJ Brown, and Miami's defense. He had all those go off for 94 points. Me, I have Darren Waller and Marvin Jones go for 71 points.
I bet this Tennessee guy, Corey Davis.
Oh yeah.
He scored 29.7 points in my league.
And
I picked him off the waiver wire like a week ago.
I will say this though, I'm kind of upset in my family league. So one of the things I do is I leave my lineup blank. So that way before the games I go up and make sure like everybody who I want to play is playing and nobody's hurt. So all week my lineup's blank. And this is the first time I did it in my family week or my family league. So everybody's like, why is he benching everybody? Well, I set my lineup, and the guy I'm playing doesn't set his lineup. If I win, I have to play the 4th place team, and their team's loaded. Like Aaron Rodgers, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, like just stacked. If I come in second, which if I would have came in third, I have to play a team that's just garbage.
Yeah,
so
that's interesting.
He has no lineup. I'm gonna be in first throughout the year, but now I have to play a stacked team. So I'm kind of ticked.
So I'm in one league. It's like my friend's league, and it's just a bunch of art historians.
Okay.
And it's like it's pretty funny. But my team's just been decimated by injuries. I had McCaffrey, and then Mostert or Mossfart or whatever the San Francisco running back is, and I have Mark Andrews who's out with COVID.
Yeah.
I had Miles Gaskin was like this backup running back who was great until he went out to IR.
I have him. He's playing today, but
I had Chris Carson who was out on IR forever. So I just missed like
yeah,
1,000 games, but I'm still somehow 6-6, and all of these guys are coming back.
yeah,
So I'm gonna be loaded come playoff time.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad. I excuse me. Appreciate that everyone here is tuned into the Star Wars CCG Fantasy Football Hour, where we just stream World Championship games while talking about fantasy football.
I mean, it's kind of more interesting than this game.
Um,
Actually, no. I mean, if you're looking at right now, Robbie did just drain for 2 at Kashyyyk, and but at the same time, Steve is doing exactly what you suggested. He's got Ray down, he's got Rose, and BB-8. I mean, and we did, and earlier we know that Robbie is playing undercover spies, so Corn Horn's on the table. Like,
yep. So
could the situation get any better for Steve?
so right now he can pay 3 to 4 drain for 1, and he can ping with BB-8 for 1. He can't retrieve with Rose yet, but he's got a 16 card hand. He's waiting until he'll just go to space.
Yeah.
And Robbie's sort of put out his best space force at Kashyyyk. And all
Yeah.
Steve needs to do is put a bunch of stuff at Mustafar, play Menace Fades, and Robbie's like an almost unwinnable position.
Yeah.
I think it's like a little curious that Robbie has gone so strong to space without setting up the Senate first.
And well, I mean, he could have not had the senators for it, but I mean, now as you said that, he is starting to go down to the Senate. I mean, I think he realized from his game against his game earlier. I want to say it was against not Chris Kelly. I don't remember who he played earlier. Wow. But he did get knocked out of the Senate. Oh, it was against Chris Kelly. He came down. Chris Kelly came down with General Leia and Padme, and took out Lot, Dodd, and Tykes. Just what we see right here. So he possibly just wanted to wait for the Coruscant Guard.
I mean, Steve could come down with General Kenobi,
Mm-hmm.
play leadership, and draw 2 5s and just ruin his day.
True.
So he lost Maul from reserve deck. We've seen Steve play lose an out of commission. If he has a second one, be a very good time to play it. Does I thought Hendon Virtuals said that Visage couldn't be canceled. Do I have that right?
No, you can cancel it.
Pulls. Well, I thought there was a card that said it couldn't be canceled for some reason. Maybe that was just a prior version.
Yeah.
From playtesting. It does. Oh, I didn't realize it let you take a lightsaber into hand. So the players are complaining about lag. Yeah,
It's
so
been going. It's been going off. It's been the entire time.
Oh. Soka. On the Senate. which I don't really like, actually.
Which one?
Playing projection on the Senate.
No, there's no point to.
Actually, I think he may have done it so that he gets to 12 cards in hand, so that he can't use the Senate ability to put cards back.
True. That's a good point.
I can't. That's the only explanation I can come up with. We were talking about fantasy football for a while, so I can't tell if he
Yeah.
had used um, the once per game poll.
Let me check. Because if he didn't, you want to assume that he pulled. You would go get Menace Fades. But it doesn't look like he did.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, did he do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did it this turn, which is surprising. I feel like he would have wanted to get Menace Fades.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe he doesn't really care that he's getting Force Drain for 2, because right now he's threatening a Force Drain for 1 at Mustafar, 1 at the site, ping for 1 with BB, retrieve 1. So it's kind of 4-ish damage to 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be another card that Steve may want to have in hand is his Jakku.
Yeah. That way he can maybe get another space drain in, occupy 3 battlegrounds. If he doesn't get the Menace Fades out as quick as he wants to.
Well, the thought is Robbie's is a space deck.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that Robbie can do is kind of maneuver when there's 2 systems. Maybe maneuver a.
Okay. Well, we have some action here. Robbie played the No Escape. He got out Maul, and he came down. He's going to come down to the antechamber with his Maul.
Yeah, this is not great. In fact, this is
For Maul or for Robbie or for Steve?
pretty bad for. This is a bad play. Because Steve will just flip. And
Yeah.
prevent Maul from firing his weapon.
True.
So Robbie forgot to use Lot Dodd. Or no, wait a minute.
No,
I got the.
good.
Yeah. No, I have the. I clicked the button. So I was like looking at the most recent thing on my chat box, and it was like, he's using Lot Dodd after deploying Vader or Maul. That's suspect for a number of reasons. So Robbie doesn't battle.
Interesting. I mean, now Steve definitely wants to battle here.
Right. But if he battles and flips, presumably Robbie has a second Maul and can come back and battle next turn.
Okay, that's a possibility.
So Robbie loses Saber.
Okay, so he loses Saber 1, he loses Lot Dodd. And Steve will retrieve. That's a good point. Yeah, if Robbie has the force push here, cause the flip, force push, Maul's excluded. And then you can swing, you can have Maul available for the next, on your turn. Okay, there's Holdo on Layers Resistance Transport. And now Maul is immune to attrition. Okay, Steve will flip. Okay. Swings at Maul, draws a 4. And enough to hit Maul. And Maul can't retaliate, so.
Yeah, Maul will he'll have a gig, or this is an all-time awful play.
True.
What's going to be interesting is who Steve forfeits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he doesn't have kick. He has.
He had the force push, but I mean, I think he was hoping not for Maul not to be hit.
Yeah, I suppose if he wasn't hit, he would have had 7 forfeit, and he was defense value 8. But
yeah.
So questionable play on Robbie's part, because now Steve has a drain of 2 and a drain of 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Robbie comes down with Maul and swings and hits Rose and BB-8, then it looks a bit better.
True. Or do you go after Corn Horn? Once Corn Horn goes, you go after Rose Corn Horn, and then you can play your undercover spies there.
Yeah, I like that. Actually, I think you swing at.
I mean, you got to get
You don't
rid
want
of
to
Rose.
keep. Well, let's say you battle and you swung at Corrin and BB,
Mm-hmm.
and then you drew your Destiny 3. Steve would have to forfeit Rey or Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that's fine. Because in the long run, Rose is going to be more important.
Well, if he has another Maul, then that's great.
Mm-hmm.
DDM, Maul did not swing because Legend, the objective, says when it flips, place Luke out of a play, and for remainder of battle, opponent may not fire weapons.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and yeah, there's the Maul, and we know that the 7 is in the deck, so yeah, there's the Phantom Menace again. So, I mean, it's pretty good for Robbie. I mean, right?
Well, we don't know what's in Robbie's hand. If Steve played like Rebel Leadership here, and
True.
Robbie doesn't have a Gick, he could be taking overflow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Robbie's gonna draw. Interesting. So he's not gonna battle though. Why do you say that, Justin? Yeah, this is true.
I'm not sure why Robbie didn't move in front of the Mustafar drain.
Uh, Possibly he's afraid of the holdo. I mean,
Yeah, well, he could blank Holdo with Vader, right?
yeah, but I think you would blank um, Poe, correct? I mean, there's always a first time for everything, right, Justin? Okay, Finn coming down tells me that Steve has the adder.
Take sorry about the mess and blaster proficiency to hand.
Makes sense.
If he
I
has
mean,
2 bites of the apple because I think he took Qui-Gon Saber into hand
um,
at the
don't
end of
re-
last turn. Yeah, he did. And he's
yeah.
using the objective so he can figure out if he's actually going to hit, and then he could
Mm-hmm.
possibly just hit
Sorry,
and use
combat.
sorry
Yeah.
and not have to worry about losing Rose or BB.
Yep. And Chewie coming down too. Okay, here we go. Yep, draws a 5. And draws a 4, so yeah, Maul's going to be hit. There's a sorry about the mess combo.
Grabs it and cancels it.
A bad play, making sure that he can swing.
So I think he may swing at Corrin Horn here,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll drop you 3PO.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you go after Corn Horn, you go after Rose. Because, I mean, you want to get rid of the Corn Horn, that way you block the drain of 2. And then you can move in front of the Mustafar drain.
So Corn is hit. Yeah, I wonder if you go for BB-8 or Rose. What's probably Rose, because your hope is to battle in space, and if you give them Rose, they're going to be able to forfeit guys and get them back.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, no, he's going to go after BB-8. Okay.
yeah, it's hard for me to say which one's better. I don't know if chat has an opinion. TDM would go with BB-8. Yeah, I've seen 2 and 2 on some lists. That's probably, and which one he chooses, he's going to be able to bury it with a Force Drain next turn. Wonder if Steve will move in front in light
Oh,
of
that's a
that.
good point. Yeah. Uh, the fact that code clearance is on the table, that's a good. That's a really good point, Justin. Thank you. The fact that code clearance is on the table, if Steve was to play Jedi Levitation or something, you could stack that on there, and then Rose just you turn off all of her retrieval anyways.
There's the Gick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve immediately places Walkling out of play to retrieve Corn Horn.
I mean, I understand doing that because, like I said, Robbie is playing Undercover Spies, so we'll probably see one come down here, and then Steve can easily dig for the Corn Horn, and then just have him ready to break their undercover. Yeah, Robbie is he's playing 2 imbalanced combos, so do we know if Steve's playing the new Help Me Obi-Wan Kenobi Quite a Mercenary card? I don't remember seeing it at any point today. But I know that's another way of getting around Undercover Spies.
So Steve can draw into Corn next turn.
Mm-hmm. There's the U3PO.
So U3PO is really only going to block this drain and then the next drain.
Well, I mean, he does play Erica as well.
So Steve is up on the damage race right now, draining for
Mm-hmm.
2 and retrieving with Rose.
Yeah. Um, I understand. I don't get this. Like losing the image of the Dark Lord from his hand, that kind of doesn't make any sense to me because you could put it on the site and it would reduce the drain by 1. I mean, I do understand. Could you? That's a pretty good card.
Yeah, at the least, you it could have some utility at the Mustafar site.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't tracking. I'm pretty sure Corn's still in the force pile.
Yes. Yeah. What?
Steve will be fine, content to just play Corn and
Mm-hmm.
keep his stack at the site, keep his stack at Mustafar.
Yeah, and Robbie can't even now go over to Mustafar, being that there's a hair on there. Bail Organa's added in Destiny. Poe's there. I mean, that's 4 Destiny right there. So, I think that he had an opportunity a couple turns ago to go down over to Mustafar to block that drain, but being that Steve had those 2 other characters to come down, that window of opportunity is pretty much closed at this point.
Chooses to retrieve 4. It's combat response, image, Gick, and Maul. So the Gick and Maul will be useful.
I mean, even the images of the Dark Lord could be useful down the line. So, I mean, it's not a bad retrieval there. I will say I'm a little surprised Robbie hasn't had Steve lose some more cards off the top of his deck. Okay, there's another drain at Mustafar. Ah. Okay, and there's an imbalanced combo. I mean,
Got him.
huh?
Got him.
Oh. Oh, there's the Gorn Horn.
Are we going to see Navran Yanal?
You know, I am glad that they made that shield because just that interaction was just so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, how do you preemptively play that to know? Like, I mean, yeah, you obviously seeing the Never Yarnall is there, but still.
So it looks like Greg Shaw is about to beat Daniel Armour Heisenberg, which and the winner of that game was to advance
Yeah.
to day 2. I'm not really sure what Robbie can do here.
Yeah, he, I mean, he could keep draining for 2, but I mean, Steve's doing so much more damage, and he's retrieving. So,
Like, I guess he could play Maul and swing at you 3PO and Corrin.
why you 3PO though?
Because it's unique, and
Oh,
if he wants to play a second copy.
yeah,
If he has a second copy. If he has
but
Erica, then he just
yeah,
goes
he
Corrin
yeah.
and Rose. So he plays this guy.
Orn Free Ta. And there's another ball.
I don't know
Okay.
why you play one free top. Take your just drawn battle destiny to hand. He's already used squabbling, so kind of playing an extra senator at this point is just losing a force, and
Mm-hmm.
his effect doesn't really have that much utility going forward. Really wants to lose that image, huh?
That makes no sense to me. Okay, everybody. You know what? I've still got 2 more packs to give out. So I think it's going to be time to give out a pack.
What's how do these contests work?
Well, if you're in the chat, I ask a question. First person to respond to the question with the correct answer wins a pack, as long as you're in the chat. So,
Here's Menace Fade.
Yeah, there's the Menace Fades. I mean, once Maul goes away.
So DDM, he could also go to the Mustafar site if he wanted to drain.
Okay, so we're gonna play some. What we're gonna do is we're gonna play some lore wars. I'm gonna say the lore. I'm actually gonna type the lore into the chat. I'll tell you the side, and that's it. You gotta tell me what the card is. First person to do it wins one of the 2 last packs. I know we're in a battle right now, but this game seems pretty much complete to me. So, the card is a dark side card, and here is the lore. First person to get it wins. Still got 2 packs left. Dave, you finally won one.
Yeah, so Robbie hits Corin. It's not going for Rose.
Oh, he's not hitting her yet. I mean, that will hit her.
Five, redraw. You'll be able to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attrition, I think. Ooh, 12 attrition, which is a fair amount of attrition.
I had to pick the Weather Vane. It made the most sense for me.
What is the light side weather vane lore?
The light side one. The metal rods extending from the bottom of Cloud City are part of the city's flotation system. Reasons to detect the velocity of wind and the content of local clouds.
Yeah, I think that would have been easier to guess.
Yeah. But
good thing it was the dark side one.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dave Woods got it, so. And got one more to give away, so I'm going to actually give it away right now because I think this is going to be my last game for the day. So, you know what? I'll give it away after the end of this game. So, I mean, probably any second now, but still. I mean, now that Cornhorn is back off the table, maybe Robbie will come down with another undercover spy. But I mean, he is still draining from one up in space. I'm a little surprised Robbie isn't making Steve lose cards off the top of his deck. Like he's got more
Yeah, I don't get
cards.
that either.
He's got more cards in his life force. Why not? I mean, it kind of does put Steve on a clock. So. Okay. Last pack.
Steve's excited about that.
Yeah. I
Undercover
would
Spy.
be too. Last pack of the weekend for me. Okay. Is everyone ready for this one?
And the chat goes wild.
I know. It's okay, because it sounds like Robbie is going to be scooping here very soon. He's going to concede to Steve. Never mind. Last pack of my of the event for this weekend. When was my first episode of Holo Theater? First person to post in the chat when my first episode of Holo Theater was, the exact date wins the last pack. You know, we're going to bounce out of this game really quick and pull up the Drew's game. That is Coffee Pass. Greg, I don't see it. But here is a game that is also win and you're in. Yeah, this one looks like it's I mean, based on the board position, now that Lando and Obi-Wan are down, Brett can easily just play Ultimatum. Drains would be 2, 2, and 2. Oh, Joe's streaming this one. I don't stream Robbie anymore. Yeah, because unfortunately, both of these games really don't matter at this point. Uh, I'll make it easier. When was the first episode of the Holo Theater reboot? First person to tell me that gets the pack. Dave, make sure you email me or PM me your address. I think I have it, but I just want to make sure. So we'll jump back in onto Robbie's game really quick.
Robbie Steve has added Qui-Gon to Mustafar's site.
Oh, yeah.
Four strains for one. Uses yeb.
Because, yeah, like, all Steve has to do is take the drain of 1 up from his hand.
Robbie plays Presence of the Force on the Octo site for some reason.
I mean, he could send Vader over there or Boba Fett. Okay.
Not sure that's a great plan.
I agree. There you go. What's your name? So, yep, that is the correct date. You get the last pack. Again, please PM me your address so that way I can get it out. 8 packs given away.
So Robbie moves Slave One over. And I guess he's going to land. And all Steve needs to find is his shield polar, and he'll get simple tricks, and he'll shut off the drain.
Or Clash. Or a plethora of other stuff.
It's not a battleground.
That's true. Yeah. There you go. See, this is why he shouldn't have put Luke out of play. He's got to fend off all the invasion from Tarkin and Boba Fett.
Yeah, he's really in a bind.
So, yes, we still have 3 more games today going on for round 3. And then next week is essentially day 2 of Worlds, where everyone who has gone 4-2 over this past weekend, they will play to make it to the top 8. So, definitely a lot more to... We're definitely going to have a lot more to stream and everything. So... Oh, that would have been a fun match. Scott versus Arisman.
I wonder how many Sand Worlds Arisman is playing in this world.
But it looks like Scott beat Scott's 2-1. Like, go Scott. Yeah, and Arisman's 1-2, so I'm assuming Scott emerged victorious over Arisman. So Scott has to just win 2 more games and he's in. Same with Jared Napolitano, Kessling, Adam Tronzo, MHT, and don't recognize that name.
Which one?
Matt Sokol.
Things are not looking good for MHT in this game.
No.
Who hasn't been practicing at all. He just kind of picked some decks he knew.
That's fair. I mean, he is 2-0, so losing here won't be terrible. I mean, he just has to. I mean, he is playing QMC, so.
So Robbie has landed his ship and used Yeb, and has decided not to move Vader away to make his stand against this Tantive, which is drawing 4 destinies on its own. But Steve only has 3 cards in reserve.
And Robbie can make some of those destiny. Well, okay. I mean, there's a reason. I mean, Vader can
He
cancel.
can subtract 2 from 2 of them.
Yeah, and no, he can only subtract 2 from one of them. He can also cancel one of the game texts of the characters, so he can cancel like Poe or Hera or Bale. So that's why Steve only has 3 cards left. but
Well, Vader's he can do it twice if he's with a black um
oh, I thought it
black
would.
squadron pilot.
Okay,
He's a 612 there.
yeah, I thought he had to be on the actual ship. So
Out comes ultimatum for some reason. Simple tricks would have just canceled the force drain.
mm-hmm. Okay, and he is initiating. Pose game text is canceled. He used the objective to put a card back, didn't he? Draw a destiny. It's a 5. Vader makes it a 3. Vader makes that a 2. And a 4. So 11 total. Or no, 9 total. Wow. And Robbie draws a 5. So, I mean, that's going to correct the immunity.
It becomes 4 with Ahsoka.
That's not going to correct the immunity.
He's going to add attrition with
Yeah.
Toonbuck or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I got it right. Toonbuck Tora. Everyone's second favorite senator behind Yep. Adem Thorn, who opposed the taxation of the trade routes. It's only for each ambition agenda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, there's like what 4, maybe 5 of them who have it.
He only has 2 with it.
Well, I know Toonbuck Tora and Lot Dot have it. Edsel has it as well.
Edsel bar game.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Robbie got there.
It got to the drain of 3. Robbie concedes. So, congrats to Steve. Good try, Robbie. Good effort. I'll give you that. We got one game left in heat number 3. We have a couple of games going. We have a bunch of games going on heat number 4. But at this point, I am unfortunately going to have to call it a night, everybody. So I want to thank Eric for being my streaming partner. It's
Thank you for having me, Dan. It's been a pleasure.
As always, sir. Yeah, it's been a real fun today. Gave out some packs, saw some fun games, saw some Robbie games. So I'm joking. Good job, Robbie. I mean, you brought good job. I will say this. Good job for Robbie. I mean, he did go 3-2 or 3-3, and he did play some of the better players of his pod. So congrats. Congrats to everybody who has made it so far. I want to thank everybody who has tuned in. I want to thank Eric again, and I will see everybody on Holo Theater this week. We're going to see about having on a person who is playing. You know what? We'll see who's playing next week, and then we'll let everybody know who's going to be on there. So take care and have a good one.